Hello, hello. Here I am again. This is my experimental evening live to see whether or not this is a good time for people on the West Coast, because there are several of you that I'm hoping are going to show up, and we will see also who else shows up. I just threw a card on the floor. Excuse me. Oh, interesting. It was one that came up the last time. All right, I am ready and waiting and willing and almost arranged. I'm going to pop into my Facebook and invite people to come. And, oh. Oops. Okay. Have to go to Facebook, have to go to this page and have to do that. Whoops, no. Have to do that. All right then. I guess I've done what I'm going to do. And, oh, somebody's here. Welcome. Let me know that you're here. Let me know that you would like a card, if you would like a card. And I will draw for you. Let me know in the comments, because I can't see any. I don't see faces, and I don't see things that are written on the page. You have to be here in the live. If you can't see the comment box, I'm told that you need to make the screen smaller. If you're on full screen, you can't see where it says write a comment. So shrink it down a bit, and then when you can see write a comment, say hi and tell me if you would like me to draw a card for you. I am drawing. The little eyes are doing strange things. I'm using this deck, Wisdom of the Garden Path, and I'm slowly learning how to tilt the box so that it makes sense to the camera. All right, so that's what I'm going to be doing. Like the box top, the cards, the back of them is the picture of a big and complex spiderweb in the grass of a lovely wildflower meadow. It is Hello, Pam Jonas. You would like a card? I am delighted to know that. I am shuffling, and I will welcome. I don't recognize your name. I'm so glad you're here. I hope you get a chance to check out my page and to okay, so I've got them fanned out. This is for Pam. And Pam, your card is in this section. For Pam, it is this one. Okay, so, oh, how lovely. This is the white pine. Oh, sorry, still learning. White pine. The caption on it is potential. You're at a place, when you look at the center of how this pine is growing, there are these wonderful little floral centers, and the needles are going off in all directions. So you're at a place where you're in the center of multiple possibilities, and you're charged with getting to make your own decision, which is a wonderful thing. It's also can be a little intimidating, because there's always that fear that you're going to make the wrong choice. In truth, I would tell you, you cannot. You cannot. The choice that you make will be the right one. The 1 and the 9. The 1 is that core identity, that piece that is Pam, that will be Pam forever and ever, no matter what happens, and will continue after the physical body is used up and set aside. So that one is your absolute seed of consciousness, if you like. The 9 is the holistic, because in numerology we're always adding up till there's only one digit left. So 9 is the highest of all the digits, contains all of the energies, and it speaks to the holistic nature of the physical world and how everything is connected to everything. Then the 9 here, we're back at 1 again, which is you, because 1 and 9 is 10, 1 and 0 is adds up to 1. So you, when you are acting, when you're at the center of this cluster of needles, you are acting in harmony with the whole entire universe, and the decisions that you make will take you in one direction or another. And once you've made that decision, you are set. You are moving forward. You are making progress. You are doing what you came here to do. So and it is impacting the world around you, and it's allowing the universe to express itself through you. So awesome time for you. And if you're either isolating or quarantined, or finding yourself with your time spent differently, even people who are going out into workplaces are not spending their evenings at cinemas or theaters or restaurants or anywhere else. Our time is structured very differently now. So you have time to be looking at the decisions that you need to make, and the possibilities, because sometimes when we're in a position of needing to decide, we don't, because we think there's a right way or a wrong way. You get to take this time to look within and see what it is that will set your heart on fire. What would you do if you could do anything you wanted? And then look at how you can make that happen, because that's what you're here for. That's your spirit telling you. So you have enormous potential, Pam. You can go wherever you want to. So I see some more little eyes showing up, but I'm not seeing anybody in the comments. If you're here, say hi. Let me know that you would like me to draw a card for you, and I will do that. It's very often very, I'm still experimenting with this. This is still new. This is my lock-in project, learning about Facebook Live. And I've been trying a few different times. I've committed to being always here while we're locked in. I'm going to be here on Fridays at 2 o'clock Eastern Time. And Grazia, I see you here. Ray, thank you for coming. Let me know in the comments if you would like me to draw a card for you. And I'm telling the video watchers of the future that I'm here on Fridays at 2, and I'm still experimenting with other different times. I'm curious to see what happens tonight, because this is a very unusual time for me, but it does make me available for people who work in the daytime. You are very welcome, Pam. I hope that made sense for you. So Grazia, I'm using, you haven't seen this box, I don't think. I'm using this deck. Whoops, where are we? There we go. It's all pictures that I took in the first years that I was alone in Nova Scotia. And they have come together beautifully, I have to say. So, Grazia, would you like a card? Tell me in the comments. I'm told reliably that there's about a 45-second lag between when you type a comment and when I see that. There's not a thing I can do about that. That's a Facebook function. So if I repeat myself, I apologize. It's just a software thing, and me not knowing how to count to 45. Shauna. Shauna, are you here? I see your name, but I don't see you. Okay, I'm getting buzzes, but I'm not sure where anybody is. Okay. So I am still shuffling. Oh, okay, I'm getting messages in strange places. Oh, Pooh. Okay, I see you, but you're frozen, she says. That's not a good thing. I see you in the page. Maybe refresh. Okay. So, all right. I am. Wow, I see a whole lot of people have come in. I'm gonna repeat the information that I have been given. That if you can't see the comment bar, if you can't see where to make a comment, minimize, or not minimize, but make your screen a little bit smaller. When it's on full screen, evidently the comment box goes out of view. So make it a little smaller. You can see where to make a comment, and let me know in that comment box if you would like me to draw a card for you, because that's what I'm here for, and that's what I would love to do. I see there's a bunch of people, and I'm still getting messages off-site, but they're not okay. People having trouble trying to get in. So I am shuffling very, very much. Hello, Derek. Delighted to see you. Let me know in the comments if you'd like me to draw a card for you. I think some of these cards you will have seen the pictures because they were taken when I was living near you back 12 years ago. This is the deck that I'm using, and that the spider web. People who know me know I love spider webs. That was outside the window in Nova Scotia one lovely morning. It's an image that represents so much intricate labor and design and the interconnection of things, and I find it to be a very spiritual emblem, so that's why I chose it for the card backs. I see the number of attendees. It keeps going up and going down. People are coming in, people are disappearing. Hello, Derek. Lovely to see you. Tell me in the comments if you'd like me to draw a card for you. The cards are jumping around. They're full of energy now. It is. I have been experimenting with different times for this, and this is the first time I come in the evening. It's lovely to see so many people. I was thinking that this might stimulate my West Coast followers, but so far not so much. A lot of names from the East and from near here. So, all right, Derek. There's about a 45-second lag between when you type something when I see it, so I apologize for that. But card for Derek is this one. Oh my goodness, I don't know if the last woman is still here. This is the same card that came out for the last reading. It's a lovely, lovely image of growing white pine, and the possibility of so many varied ways to move forward when you're sitting at the center of that bud. You can ride out on any one of those needles. Just choose your direction and go. It's a reminder that the directions we expect, and the directions, the little grooves that we've been told we should be living and moving forward in the prescribed manner, not always what serves us best. And we are at the center of our own lives. We're able to choose to take another direction. The number 19 is a combination of you can go back and look at the video, see what I told the previous person. The one is that core Derek, that which is Derek through all eternity, and the 9 is the holistic understanding of how everything comes together. With numerology, we always add up until there's only one digit left. So 9 contains all of the energies, and is the proof of the interconnectedness of everything. When we all got a 9 in our birth year in the 1900s, we were the people who got to see a picture of the Earth taken from space. We got to see how it is just that one thing and not anything else. So when we add the 1 and the 9, we get a 10. We add the 1 and the 0, we get the 1 again. We're back with Derek, that beautiful soul that is you and nobody else. And as you make decisions, as you figure out which of the potentials you are going to take and how you're going to move forward, you are aligning with the oh dear, I've got somebody else coming. You're aligning with your role in the universe. You're coming into alignment with what you came here to do. And if you're spoiled for choice, if you're having troubles making decisions, get quiet. Get quiet and either meditate or hug a tree or go kneel and pray, or whatever it is that helps you to get into that place where you're connected to spirit. And wait to hear the wisdom. Get out of your own way. Stop talking. Stop reciting. Stop asking questions. Just listen, and the answer will come through. So I hope that makes sense for whatever's going on with you. Lorette, I'm so sorry. Somebody else said they were seeing me, but I was frozen, and I don't know why that is. Maybe if you refresh, if you can, if you can't load the video, I don't know what to tell you. My camera's on. My other people are seeing me. Yeah, refresh the page maybe. That's all I can suggest. And yeah, it's lovely to know you're here, Lorette. How delightful. I really hope we can make this work. I would love to read for you. There are other people coming in, so don't have your screen on full screen or you will lose the comment box, and you need to be writing in there to tell me if you'd like me to draw a card for you. And if it's sticking, I guess I'm going to say refresh. Some people seem to be having trouble tonight. Maybe it's the time of night. Maybe a lot of people are doing this at 7 in the evening. I haven't had these troubles in the mornings and afternoons, so it's still a new learning for me. This is my lock-in project, learning how to use while I live in isolation the Facebook Live interface. Although I did also download Zoom the other day, so that's again a learning for me. Okay, I'm going to keep shuffling the cards and keep them energized, and if nothing else, I will draw a card for the community so that people who are watching the video later can take that as their reading. On the 10th, I posted a blog on my website on joleath.com. There is a tab for blogs, and there they all are, lots and lots of them. And I made the last 4 lives when I put together the community cards that I had drawn, they made a brilliant 4-card reading. So I put that together and I loaded it as a blog. You can go in and see it when viewed through a lens of the isolation and the distancing that we're doing now. It seemed like a really good message. It really, really did. Okay, so I'm not getting any comments. I've got lots of eyes saying that they're here and they can see me, but I'm not getting any comments coming through. There is a lag of about 45 seconds, I'm told, between when you type and when I see it. But this has been much more than 45 seconds now, and I'm not seeing any new comments at all. Okay, so I'm going to draw for the community, for the people who aren't here, and for everyone who is here who doesn't want to ask for their own card. Something that's going to make sense is this one. Oh, how lovely. It's perfect. Okay, so number 2, which is the number of relationship, and it is community, and it's a picture of white clover, which of course very close to the image that we have of shamrocks and the idea of the Irish diaspora as communities that have been able to reconstitute their home community while in far-flung lands. Hello, Bernadette. Good to see you. The community card is completely perfect. I'm going to pull a card for the community, she said, and there it is. The 3 lobes of the card representing the physical, mental, and spiritual aspects of life. That when we come together, it is in different combinations and different parts of our personality that speak to each other. Hello, Grace. Tell me in the comments you want a card. The clover, they're very low to the ground. They do form colonies. They make little communities of clover wherever they are, as do so many groups of different people, especially in North America. I've lived in cities with Scottish clubs, and I lived in the 70s in Nanaimo. We had a St. George Society where all the expat Brits used to meet. It's a finding your tribe, finding your people is not necessarily always along nationality grounds, but the where we are right now, where we're all so separated from each other, and even when we're together, I have one of the people who loves me back, brings me groceries every week, and we meet and they get dropped off, and he moves away, and then I go pick them up and move back, and then we hold conversation from a distance, and it's lovely. But we're very, there's just no visible community going on. What there is the caring and sharing that we're doing all of the time, and people finding wonderful ways to, whether they're sewing masks or they're running errands for people, or sharing meals, cooked meals, or making deliveries, or whatever it is. There are lots of ways that we're redefining what community means, and using the online tools is absolutely enormous. We're so lucky. Somebody said the other day, imagine if this had happened 30 years ago, we wouldn't be doing this, that is for sure. It would have been very much harder, I think, to be at home and isolated. And even figuring out the logistics of how our community is going to look after us. Okay, I'm still showing people here, and I'm not getting any messages in the sidebar, but I've got lots of eyeballs looking at me, so I am unsure what to do about the horrors of this technology. I love it, I love it, I love it, and it's a steep learning curve for me to figure out what needs to be going on. I don't understand quite the fact that it is making changes and showing me people coming and people going suggests that it's working for me. It isn't that part of it, at least, isn't broken. I don't really want to end this and reload. That would be counterproductive. My cards don't want to be involved either. That's so interesting. They're full of energy and jumping around. I see the names of people who have come in, a couple. And I've got the greeting. Grace says hi. Grace says hello, actually. And I can't reach that card. It has skittered away. All right. I am very unsure how to proceed. Maybe when the cards jump away, that's a sign that they're not involved either. Okay. So I gathered them back. I'm seeing lots of people here. I'm showing, it's telling me there are more comments. Okay, yay! I can see and hear, well, I can't see or hear you, Grace, but I can. I can read your comment. So yes, hallelujah. Did you want me to draw a card for you? Tell me, please. Oh, I'm so happy. That is great. So, proof that it is still working somehow. All right. There's a delay from when you type until I see it, so don't despair. It will show up, and I will respond as soon as I can. And yes, sure. All right. So here we go. My lovely spiderweb bags. My eyes are closed. So a card for Grazia. I'm getting this one. Oh, this is nice. This is good. Okay. Oh dear. So synthesis. Now if you can see all the brambles, the blackberries, all at different stages of development. There are some that are still so tiny and white and hard and not at all ripened. And there are some that have made it to pink, and some that are kind of purpley, and some that are fully ripe and big and black and juicy and gorgeous. A whole lot of different stages of development going on at the same time. And that suggests to me that you've got either a lot of different things going on, or a lot of things that are different. There are different stages, and they may be different things. They may be things in different boxes. That you've got some really lovely ripe stuff happening to the east of your house, and you've got some new stuff that's just starting out at the north of your house, or whatever it is. The idea of synthesis, of bringing things together from different sources, bringing them together to make something coherent in the center that is present in the physical world because you brought it. It's pretty darn fabulous. The 1 and the 5, the 15 of this card. The 1 is always about your central identity, that piece of the universe that is grace, no matter what is going on with you. It's combined here. 5 is the number for growth and expansion and adaptation and adjustment, and goodness knows we're all in a state of adjusting to the situation right now. So when we bring them together, the 6 is the number of meeting responsibility and of serving the community, serving your own life plan, serving what it is that you're here to do, offering service to the people around you and to your own self, to your own growth. And that growing, expanding 5 suggests that that's a big part of what it is that you're creating, that you're synthesizing. Hello, Brandy. Yes, I will. If you ask, write it in the comments that you would like a card, and I certainly will. So I don't know the details of what's going on with you, Grace, but and I still want to call you Grazia. It's just because I can see the word Grace on the phone, on the screen. I hope that makes some amount of sense. Also, the fact that this is the orange border at the bottom, the different cards have different colors on the bottoms. The orange is about something coming into fruit, something that has already spent a lot of time growing. Now, I mean, these fruits, they were blossoms once. They got pollinated. They got they're even the most immature of the berries is already partway through its process, and it is coming into fruit. So whatever it is that you are synthesizing now has been on its way for some time, and it might just have been an idea that you've been carrying around or something on the back burner, or it might be something that you have actually been working on very specifically. It's so neat that you're here. I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay, so I know that someone called Brandy is here, and there are some other people who I cannot identify. Let me know in the comment. If you can't find the comment box, get out of full screen, and you will find it down at the bottom right of your screen to make a comment. Tell me you would like a card. Tell me, yeah. Getting bubbles. Tell me that. Oh, hooray! Hello, Kathleen. Let me know in the comments if you would like me to draw a card for you. So good. And if anybody wants to comment on this time of day, because this is the first time I try where I am, it's evening, and this is the first time I've tried this time. I don't know if it's good or it's not good. Obviously it works for those of you who are here. Friday I will be here at 2 o'clock Eastern, so I would love to see you all again. I've committed to doing Fridays at 2 for as long as we're all locked in, and I'm experimenting with some of the other times. So far it's been Tuesdays. There was a Wednesday a couple of weeks ago, but that didn't make it onto my schedule. So there is, when you ask for a card in comments, there is about a 45-second delay, I am told. Today it feels a lot longer. I've had a lot of delays happening. So do not panic. I will be getting it eventually, and I will respond. It doesn't always. Sometimes it gives me a little arrow that says new comment, and sometimes it doesn't. So I don't know what's the difference. Not at all. So I am I'm shuffling. These are going to be the best shuffled cards ever. And I don't know who's still here and who isn't. Loretta, did you stay? Did you fall out? I don't know what happened to Loretta. Okay. So I'm working with this deck, Wisdom of the Garden Path, working with the image of the spider web, which is so intricate and so there's lots and lots of mythology about spiders and spider webs and the myths of Arachne, the weaver, who was cursed and turned into a spider and continues to weave. So very feminine industry, weaving, and it has been through the ages. And and I think spider webs are just so beautiful. The design is so astonishing. It's and they're so strong. There's some, I should find the statistics, because there's some truth that the strength of a thread of spider web is multiple times stronger for its size, by proportion, stronger than steel cable. I should look that up again, because I'm sure that's true. Hello, Aida. How lovely to see you again. Would you like me to draw a card for you? It is. Yes, you could get a card, please. Absolutely. All right, so I've been shuffling for a little while, Aida. These are well mixed. Well mixed. And the card for Aida is over here. Oops. It's this one. Oh, nice. So interesting. I've been pulling a lot of pine images. Okay, so the Mugo pine, which this is in its time of new growth in the spring. Those new spurs that are extending the branch are called candles. So there's the idea of you lighting the way for people. Whoops, I'm sorry. Lighting the way, taking a role of leadership and going out in front and leading in your life. So the number 28, that 2 is about relationship, and of course if you're by yourself you're not leading anybody. So whatever community it is, whether it's at home with your family, whether it's at work with colleagues, or whether it's in some other activity with like-minded people, the 8 is about balance and fairness and judgment and bringing a flow of energy into a situation. So for you in community, bringing the flow, establishing the balance, and they add together, of course, 2 and 8 makes 10, the 1 and 0 become a 1, and that is you, that is the core of you, that is, so you're offering leadership that nobody else could. It's very much coming from the depths of your most authentic self, and holding the light so that other people can see is a big part of the message of the Mugo. Because other pine trees don't necessarily grow like this, and this is the one that's coming to you. So I hope that makes sense for where you're at. I don't know if you're locked down or if you're working, doing essential things, in which case I thank you. And indeed, if you're isolating, then I thank you for that too, because that is an important thing for those who can, to maintain the safety of the entire community. All right, anybody else? Kathleen, you didn't speak. Or you didn't comment. Maybe you've fallen out. I'm showing lots of people here. I'm not. Please ask me in the comments. If you are very welcome, Aida. If you'd like me to draw a card for you, let me know in the comments and I will. And if you're not going to do that, I will show you the card I drew for the community reading today. Was the card Community, which is a pretty nice thing to have happen. Number 2, a group of things together, a pairing, a community. Okay, Dylan, I'm happy to draw a card for Dylan. Okay. I'm finding it over here. Okay, that one. And we have, oh, interesting. Okay. Release. This is, I don't know if you can tell, it's underneath an apple tree after the season. The windfalls are losing their integrity. They're mushy, releasing all of their nutrients back into the earth so that the roots of the apple tree can take them back in and use them for moving towards the next crop. This is a lovely card because it's naming the permission that you maybe haven't given yourself to let some things go that are not serving you anymore. These apples are not edible. They're not useful today. They are full of nourishment for what comes next. So the 21, the 2 and the 1 together, 2 is about community, always, and relationships. 1 is about your integral self, that seed that is Dylan. No matter what happens, your hair can fall out and your nails can break and you'll still be Dylan no matter what. When we bring those together, when the community and you add up, we get to this lovely creative 3. 3 is about bringing into the physical realm things that haven't been here before. It's you as the conduit, as the portal for things coming into the physical world. So whether your creativity is that you're writing a novel or you're building a bookcase or creating algorithms, or there are so many ways to create things that weren't here before. And this card is saying that one of your roles in the community is to repurpose the energy that has been around you that no longer serves in the form that it had before. You can let go of what was and start over creating something really, really new. So I hope that's making sense. If it isn't making sense, Dylan, let me know in the comments and we'll try and find some clarity around that. But that's a lovely phase of life to be in, just letting go anything that's weighing you down. And a lot of it, the apples in that picture are not, they're just mush with skin now. So sometimes we hang on to the idea of something way past its usefulness. And so getting the instruction that it's okay to release it is maybe something that will serve where you're at this time. Okay. So somebody else came in. You're welcome, Dylan. I hope that helps you. All right. So, is anybody else here? Let me know in the comments if you would like me to draw a card for you. And I have getting a funny different set of messages on my... Oh, okay. Yes. All right. So I've had a request to draw a card for somebody who isn't here, but I'm more than willing to do that. It's somebody that I have a little bit of familiarity with it. So, for the person who requested, this is to meet your request, and it is over in here. It is, whoops, it is this one. Oh, that's rather lovely. That's a nice card. It's about being in a time of growth. I'm not completely sure how that would apply to the current situation. However, anticipation, number 24. The 2 and the 4, 2 is about relationships, and I know you have a relationship with this person, that is important. 4 is a very practical number. It's I like to say that when we build something with 4 sides, it usually doesn't fall over. So it's the number for a stable base for something. This year, 2020, adds up to 4, and goodness knows we're creating the foundation of a new future. So the 4 is about that foundational kind of energy. 2 is about relationship, and they're adding up together to a 6, which has a couple of different flavors. It's about service, it's about responsibility, and it sometimes has an aspect of duty, because sometimes we take responsibility for things that aren't actually our responsibility, but we do them anyway out of a sense of duty. So the hello Shelley. So when we combine that, so we've got community, we've got being really practical, or we've got relationship and practicality coming together as service, and this wonderful image of something that is still tightly wrapped up, but is anticipating the opportunity of bursting forth. And that moment when the leaf unfurls and is able to start photosynthesizing and feeding the tree with sunlight, it doesn't happen gradually. Leaves don't open a little bit one day and a little bit more the next day. These leaves are ready to burst open and be fully leaves and fully functional. And I hope that's true. That's a very happy kind of a message, and very the blue of the sky makes me think of the throat chakra and the need for communication. The yellow band at the bottom is about a time of growth. So anticipating and moving forward into a time when everybody is serving their own life path and setting down a foundation for relationships going forward. I hope that proves to be sensible to you. Okay, Shelley, tell me if you'd like me to draw a card. I don't know if I've ever drawn a card for you. Maybe you don't like to have a card drawn, and that's all right. I drew for the community, and I got the white clover, which is, it's number 2, which is about relationships, and it's a card that reminds us that even while we're all separated, we're those of us who are isolating are doing it because we care about our community. We're taking responsibility for the health and safety of other people where we can. People who are still working, it's because they're serving their community. The people who are quarantined are serving their community. We're all currently in a situation, except for a few scofflaws, and that won't last, we are all working together and meeting with each other. The three leaves I think of as sort of body, mind, and spirit that come together, and as the different clover plants rub up against each other and grow up against in very close little communities. Different combinations of body, mind, and spirit are possible and do come about. So that is that. Okay, so I have also my previous community cards. I put them into a 4-card reading, and I did take a picture of them. These cards are so jumpy. My blog on my website, joleath.com. The most recent blog, when you go to the tab, it's there at the top, is a breakdown of the last 4 community cards put together as a 4-card reading. That is it's very interesting how well it speaks to the times that we're in and the opportunities that we have because of this very peculiar. All right. So Shelley, I think you're still here. It shows me these funny little eyeball icon things, and it gives me a number. And sometimes when somebody comes in, it gives me a little green bar telling me they've come in. Also, sometimes people show up who I've never seen a green bar. Kathleen, are you still here? I know you would take a card, but if you're not here, that doesn't work. I'm having, whoops. Okay, I'm getting messages off this page, and I don't quite understand why. If you're on full screen, you can't see the comment line. So not all the way minimize, obviously, but make it smaller. And there is a place that says write a comment, and you can do so. And if you would like me to draw a card, you can let me know in that comment box. If you'd like to ask for clarity on what I've already read for you, you can do that too. I will happily answer questions if I possibly can. I will invite you to come back on Friday at 2 o'clock. I'm going to be here. I have said that for as long as we're locked in, I'm going to go live on Fridays at 2. And I'm experimenting with other times on other days. I have to confess that today I'm having an evening, and I had intended it to encourage people on the West Coast. Dion, absolutely, Dion, you can have a card. Is anybody here from the West Coast? Let me know that in the comments. That'd be interesting. All right, so this is a card for Dion. Oh, nice. Okay. This is a, whoops, a lovely picture. It's hard to tell what it is, but it's actually bramble bushes growing themselves across a packed earth driveway. This was a driveway and it wasn't being used, so the brambles decided that they would colonize it. So this is the card of exploring, and I don't know which part of your life that necessarily speaks to, Dion. The 3 and the 2. 3 is the number of creativity, of bringing things into the world that weren't here before, just the way the bramble is doing. 2 is the number of relationship. So, you know, between the relationship between the bramble and the driveway is an interesting one. We add them together and we get 5, which is about growth and expansion and adjusting to new conditions and adapting. So it's very expansive. And of course, when you go exploring, the nature of exploring is that you don't know exactly what it is you're going into. So that's maybe an energy that's present for you, that you're going into new territory, that you're looking at a new way of being. You're looking, and maybe you're using this period of strange societal shutdown to explore your options and examine different directions you can go in. Or maybe you can let me know in the comments if there's anything that makes sense to you here. Maybe you're exploring different aspects of how you can expand your artistic skills and what it is that you're bringing into the physical world, whether you're building bookcases or you're gardening and feeding people, or in what way it is that you're creating something in the physical world and then using it to enhance the community as your own soul gets to expand. And goodness knows we find our greatest growth when we're serving other people. So I hope that makes sense, and I hope that yeah, you're in a time of growth. That's really rather lovely. That's a nice card. I don't see that card very often. So thank you. And I've still got, I'm not sure why tonight, this has not happened in my daytimes, people sending me messages off page. So very strange. Okay. So I'm going to open this and okay. Very strange and wonderful. Okay, so yes, you are welcome, Dion. Anybody else here? There are people here for sure, for sure. And I will draw a card for anybody who asks in the comments for me to do so. And I will thank you for being here. And yes, I asked if anybody was from the West Coast and to tell me in the comments, and I have had exactly no comments. So there's a lesson there for me, for sure. It's very interesting. 2 o'clock on Friday, I will be back. And maybe that's going to bring in a different audience. Okay. I am still shuffling and shuffling and shuffling. Okay. And some more people coming in. Hello and welcome. If you can't see the comment box, step out of full screen and the comment box will show up in the bottom right. Let me know if you would like me to draw a card for you. I will gladly do that. I will. We're coming up. Oh, it's 8 o'clock. So if nobody's there, I guess I'll give it another 45 seconds because there is a delay. And one time I did log off and then find a comment where somebody had asked for something and it was too late. Okay, what have we got? Hey, Cameron. All right, absolutely. Yes. Okay, so for Cameron, oh, lovely, lovely, lovely. Okay. So Cameron, oops, number 7, which the number 7 in numerology, we call number 7 the teacher. So you have this pure and lovely teaching energy, which a beech nut is a very strange shape, and you can't open it by force. The 7, the teaching, when we teach something, we learn about ourselves and how we present it. When we're learning something, we're teaching the people around us what learning looks like. The teaching and learning are very much two sides of the same coin. And very often this card comes up for people who are not standing at the front of a classroom, but who are conducting their lives in such a way that other people are taking them, are watching them, taking their example. And so just the way in which you're moving through life is teaching other people how moving through life can look. It's a very it's a responsibility that you take on, and this is maybe here to remind you that what you do really matters. If there are children around you, if there are people who are going to be influenced by your words and deeds, asking you to be mindful of what it is that you're teaching as you go forward. Beech nuts are very nutritious. The animals in the woods that eat them, they get a great deal of nourishment from them. They're very high oil content. But they also, when improperly prepared for humans, can be very toxic. So again, we're looking for that balance of, enough but not too much. Being careful. Not careful, it's because you're not restricting yourself, but being mindful, being aware of what it is that is happening with you. 7 is one of the spiritual numbers, and sometimes when a 7 shows up in a numerology chart, it's at a time when there's an obstacle of some kind. So if there's something in your life that you could call toxicity, then how you move forward, how you cope with that, is teaching yourself and other people about how that situation gets dealt with. So I don't I'm not getting anything else. This is something, the orange border at the bottom says that this is a fruiting, and the fact that it's a nut says that it is a fruit, and this is not something that sprang up this morning at 3 o'clock. This is about a situation that has been around for a long time and has maybe changed over time and is now coming into a place where you can't ignore it anymore. I think that's that would be the best description of that. Okay, I hope that made sense. Let me know in the comments if you want to try and find some clarity around that, or if it makes sense just as it is. I hope it does. All right, we have. That makes sense. Good, Cameron. I'm so glad. Happy to be able to do that. You are so welcome. You really are. Okay, so we're after 8. I'm going to get ready and shut this down. Friday at 2 o'clock Eastern, I will be here, and every Friday until the restrictions are lifted. And I would encourage you. Oh, that's so cool, Cameron. That is so nice. That completely makes sense. And yes, being mindful of what it is they see from you is an important part of that. That's wonderful. Thank you, Cameron. Thank you for letting me know. I love when I hear how something makes sense. My website, joeleath.com. There's on nearly every page there's a sort of one-click sign up for my newsletter. It is hosted on Constant Contact, but I do not constantly contact you. It's 2 or 3 times a month usually. Gracias. This is recorded on video, so it'll be on the page for a little while. Absolutely, Cameron. Yes, go ahead. Gracias. Yes, yes. Anytime. You stay safe too, and we must not stop communicating with each other. Friday at 2, and my newsletter will tell you when else. On my website, the events tab, if you don't want to sign up for the newsletter, the events tab will tell you what's coming up. I try to keep that updated weekly, and especially while I'm exploring these different times, so that people can, well, even I can't predict at the moment, but so that you know when I'm going to be here. All right. Okay. So I will look forward to seeing other messages from some of you. Look forward to seeing you again. Thank you so much for being here. And everybody stay safe, stay distant, stay keeping the community at the top of your list, because yeah, being apart together is where it's at. Okay, thank you everybody. Take care. Bye bye.